Now, the hostile drones have reached the heart of the Russian capital in recent months. So far, the attacks have caused no major damage. However, it is uncomfortable for the authorities, who have told the public that Russia is in full control of what they call its special military operation against Ukraine. Here's more on combat unmanned aerial vehicles and Ukrainian attacks in Russia. Let's start with Ukrainian drone attacks in Russia. Now, after Sunday's drone attacks, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky has clearly said that the war is coming to Russia. He said that the attacks are natural and absolutely fair process. Moving on, now 2 office buildings were also attacked near the Kremlin. They were damaged during the latest drone attack. And flights were also suspended at the Vnukovo airport. Airspace over Moscow was also closed after the attack took place. Now, the recent attacks reflect a pattern of more frequent and deeper cross-border strikes that the Kiev government has launched since starting a counteroffensive in June. Now, Sunday's was the 4th such strike on the capital region this month, showing Moscow's weakness as the war drags on into its 18th month. Now, early on Sunday, the attack on Crimea, now 16 drones were shot down, 8 neutralized through jamming, electronic jamming that too. Moving on, no casualties have been reported so far after the attack took place. Now, Russia has also blamed Ukrainian forces for attacking the border areas. Rather, pig breeding complex was also damaged in the attack. Meanwhile, Bryansk said that a Ukrainian strike damaged a pig breeding complex, like I just mentioned, and injured 3 people. Now, the most dramatic of the strikes, it happened in May when the Kremlin was targeted. The seat of power in the capital, Moscow, that was targeted. Now, in the earlier attacks on Moscow, Russia's defense ministry reported shooting down a Ukrainian drone outside the city on Friday. Now, 4 days earlier, 2 drones struck the Russian capital, Moscow, one of them falling in the center of the city near the defense ministry's headquarters along the Moscow River. The Russian Defense Ministry headquarters are about 3 kilometers from the Kremlin. The other drone hit an office building in southern Moscow, gutting several upper floors in the attack. In another attack on July 4th, the Russian military said that the air defenses downed 4 drones on Moscow's outskirts and jammed 5th that was also forced down. Let's now take a look at the drone warfare. Now, drones, remote or pre-programmed, have been used extensively in the ongoing Ukraine-Russia war. Now, drones gather intelligence, deliver explosives, and can even launch missiles and fly away. They're that convenient. Now, the suicide drones are precise, they're small in size, they effectively penetrate air defenses as well. Now, the suicide drones can also flood combat theaters and are often dubbed as the poor man's cruise missile that we're talking about here. Another crucial advantage is that suicide drones are only a tiny fraction of the cost of a full-size missile. Now, drones allow crisis-hit Ukrainian air force to avoid putting aircraft and pilots at a risk as well. With depleted strength and dated aircraft, the Ukrainian Air Force is currently struggling. The Ukrainians fly Soviet-era jets like Sukhois and MiGs. The country's current fleet of warplanes is older than modern Ukraine itself. Now, lastly, drones are also helping Ukraine save long-range precision missiles. However, experts say that drones alone cannot determine the war outcomes for any side as of now. Drones can help tip the balance in favor of a side, but by themselves, they cannot win a war. In wars, ground forces will still need to fight the casualty-intensive battles.